nerves are going, it's easy to get a little overcooked on the break shot. Really nice shot there on the 1 to get on the 2. That ball was deep.
Crowd's building, as you said. I'm sure they'll continue to throughout the day, ahead of the crowning of a new Hanoi Open champion tonight. 8 all. They both need 3.
Yeah, that was what I was talking about. Not quite as much speed. Got a great result on the 1 ball. He's going to have to show us one here on the 2. I don't think there's really any rollout options. 2 sitting nice though to go to the top rail by the 7 and kick this in. Really no two ways about it, I don't think. You're not going to push out and allow Robbie to make the great kick shot, because he's certainly going to take it. And this is pretty easy if you ever had to kick one in.
Needed the slightest touch. He's on the 3. Labutis at the table, looking to regain the lead that slipped away from him a couple of racks ago.
He's coming around the 7. Needs an angle on the pink to get it back up for the purple. The purple's not too far away, but you don't want to fall flat here. You'd like to have a natural angle here to roll this ball. I'm not sure that's available. I'm going to get another look at the rack here in a moment. Yeah, this has gotten a hair odd. Even though it's right there in front of you. This shot will tell the story. I like this decision here. Coming 2 rails inside, guaranteeing not to get snookered. Even though you got to work the ball a little more from the 5 to the 6, that's okay. Boy, break and run seems like almost a 5-pack at the moment, Michael.
Not had a break and run yet.
All preference here, however you want to play it. The 9's really accessible over the side, so just nothing too thin or missable on the 8.
What a great time to put together a rack like that. Pijus Labutis led for so much of this semi-final. He fell behind a short time ago for the first time in a long time. He wasn't behind for long. 2 in a row. 2 more. We'll see him through. And no great surprise, they've both taken another time out. Moritz Neuhausen and Harry Vergara waiting in the wings. Start their semi-final. We often talk about whether it's an advantage or disadvantage to go straight from your semi-final into the final against someone who's won theirs earlier in the day. Sort of conflicting pieces of evidence over the years, but when you've not played your best, you have to feel it's maybe a good thing to have a few hours to reset. It's the opportunity that the winner of this match will have. Looking on, giving great support just through being here. I've said Labutis has had 3 major semi-finals before. He's competed well in all of them. 2 of them were very close, an 11-9 and an 11-10. At the very least now, it's going to be pretty close again. So in the few days now leading up to the Reyes, Jeremy, do you let the players go off and do their own thing a bit, or is it a case that you want them to spend as much time together as possible leading up to Thursday's start?
No, definitely want to spend as much time as possible, and you know, most of them have been out here for a few weeks, so we'll talk about, you know, how much practice on Monday and whatnot, but definitely spend time together. And you know, these are smart guys, and always love their input on things, and you know how they're feeling. You know, a few of them were on that well, I'll say that. I don't know about yet, but I'm saying they've been in this experience before, so they can give a lot of feedback, know what's going on. So, you know, if you don't listen to these types of players on some things, or at least what they have to say, you're kind of foolish, really. But yeah, definitely some camaraderie, lighten them up.
Do you talk to them a lot about who they might play with in the doubles matches, or is that all down to you and your instincts?
Well, I mean, I do discuss some things for sure. I mean, it's a little different. It's definitely going to be a little different than whenever I was with the American team. Not only the format has changed a bit in the last couple of years, which I think was a great change, but you know, to be honest, I mean, it was a little more dicey trying to select things with the American teams, you know, trying to get it right, but I think the options are going to open up with the rest of the world team a bit more for me and the guys on the team.
And of course you got, unlike when you were a Mosconi Cup captain, players from very different backgrounds and different cultures in different parts of the world, so that's all going to be part of the challenge for you, isn't it?
Yeah, but the one good thing about today's game, and you know, it was like this years ago as well, but I don't think quite as much. You know, these guys got to beat each other's brains out, but to earn a dollar, and that's just how sports is. But they're all pretty close. You know, they all get along really well and mix well. And you know, if you can, you're trying to put that team together that there is no issues.
Okay, so back to this week's event, the Hanoi Open, and Pijus Labutis, looking to get through to his first major final after 3 semi-final defeats in the past, has regained the lead. He needs 2 more to make it through to the title match.
Two ball's going to leak in. Cue ball near the 1, so he should get some kind of control to start. Yeah, it looked like he hit it thin again as well. Looks like he needs to use the bridge and just come up the rail on the top of your screen, the long rail. I mean, you got so many balls there, the 3, 4, the 8. blame him on that, even though I think he may have left a little piece of this one ball.
A little piece of the one ball.
Yeah. I think he can get to it. He's just got to play this to overcut it and get the cue ball back up table. I think that's all he has anyways. Now this one, I like to stay away from outside spin with that 8 there. I mean, the deflection can get a little funny. You could foul with the 8. Probably an inside spin. Missed the whole ball. Wow.
And again, what a huge moment that could be. This game can make you look silly sometimes.
Yeah, you can see he did try to add a little right spin and just it deflected a little left. Just didn't bite back for some reason. But, all right, just a little pinch here. Just draw up a little closer to the 3.
Jason Shaw standing to our right. He knows as well as anyone what it means to get to a Hanoi Open final. And in a few minutes' time, Labutis could be one rack away from doing just that.
Yeah, no one's going to turn their head, though, the way things have gone in this match. Boy, what a nice aggressive stroke there. I mean, after so many misses, easy to want to baby that one a bit, and that wasn't the case there for Labutis. You can see where the real work is from the 5 to the 6. Can he draw back? The right-hander can reach over the long rail. Yeah, like this. It needs this to settle a little. And I'll just pick your route. Just letting it go, coming back between the 8 and 9. I think this lower right corner could be a little bit scary. So now he's going to try and get, above the 8 and then below the 9. Could draw towards the 8 as well, but that's could be a little sketchy. He's going to love this as long as it settles.
In those 3 major semi-finals he's had in the past, Labutis has never been first to the hill.
This speed looks really good. And why I say that's so important is just these guys, rather have it right in front of them than a little bit of a missable ball, especially the way this match has gone. So much semi-final heartache. The chances of him experiencing more growing and growing when he lost 4 racks in a row to trail for the first time in a long time at 8-7. But it's been a great response from Pijus Labutis. It's 3 in a row for the Lithuanian. He just needs one more to finally reach his first major final. So Jay, tell us about this. We always hear people talking about crossing barriers for the first time. We know Labutis has been close to getting into a major final before. Here he is now, 1 rack away from it. What are his feelings at the moment? Well, he feels better about himself. First off, just these last couple games, he's made some solid strokes. Nice out there. Good decisions, and feel like he's going to get a shot You know what I mean? I really do. I feel like he's going to get a shot to break and run here. And, you know, just keep doing what he's been doing the last few. And one thing he's done the best out of the two is kept control when he got a little chance to get control and with some safeties and whatnot. So I don't think there's a whole lot different again, Michael. I know I say that a lot, but my personal feeling again is he's going to break and get a shot.
People always talk about when you're on the brink of doing something you've not done before, trust the process, focus on that, forget about what it means. But can you really do that?
Well, you can never unsee it. You know what I mean? That's just how things go. But the thing the process does, right, is it keeps you engaged. You know, that's why we look at where we're going with the balls. We look at, you know, the ball to the hole prior to getting down. Everything you do like that keeps you doing something, which makes you dilute those nerves a little bit, and that's all you can ask for, really. All right, didn't get a shot. I don't think anyways, but if he can manage to get the two somewhere safe, he could pin him behind the green 6. I wonder if he's just got to take a chance at trying to bank this 3 rails around the 3. And maybe, just maybe, he can spin this in and then maybe play a safety off the 3. Yeah, he doesn't even have to spin it. And there you go. A little unlucky here. He's going to have to follow all the way down and play the pink in the left middle or draw the cue ball to the short rail on top and all the way back down for the pink in the lower right. This has gotten odd.
He's been one away from a major final before in the Spanish Open 2 years ago. The difference then, of course, was that Mark Bijsterbosch was first to the hill. Labutis got it back to 10-all, but then broke dry in the decider. And the Dutchman was in to win.
And it just tells you how 9-ball pool is. I thought he played a beautiful set there for the most part. Really unlucky not to get to that final. Ooh. There were 2 of them I was looking at there. The cue ball catching the point maybe, and the 3 a little wide, but now just really a couple good shots away from that final you're talking about. But here he has played a real scrappy match and now in position to get to that final. So you just keep plugging no matter how they sit. Confident stroke in the side. Got to be aware he's going to be leaning over the green 6 a bit. All ball fouls. I could have used a little more there. Yeah. And to me, on that kind of shot, I like to get as much as I can out of it. I can afford straight on the 6 almost. I can afford everything, but now he's got to come with one heck of a shot. He knows it. Only needs to the first diamond past the side. Really good. As smooth as the deliveries he's had all match.
When you talk about deliveries, he really has delivered at big moments towards the end of this match.
All right, come up the table, getting that angle now. I would have liked to have been a little closer myself. Still okay.
Is the chance of a second major title about to slip away from Robbie Capito? Lugo 2023, Telford 2024, Sarajevo 2025. 3 times on his home continent. Pijus Labutis has got to a major semi-final only to have it all end in heartbreak. Now he's travelled far to the other side of the world to take on one of Asia's finest in the semi-finals here in Hanoi. And this time he's got it done! And having relinquished the lead to go 8-7 down, Labutis has won 4 in a row. She's all smiles now. Pijus Labutis has got a final to look forward to later today. He has defeated Robbie Capito 11-8 and is 1 match away from winning the Hanoi Open.